Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, June 22nd. And I just got done meditating on the Priestess and the Magician cards, the Tarot cards. Now, I know people are going to look at that and say that's crazy, but it's really just about self-reflection. And, there's 22 tarot cards in a tarot deck, right? And one of these, part of this video is going to be about my spiritual, why I became spiritual in the first place, what spirituality means to me, and like what's going on with, like, it's like I've been meditating for 4 months, like I've said, 4 or 5 months now, I think, yeah, around that, and my life's changed amazingly for the better. Gaia, information, right, all that good stuff. But my wife is having a harder time now, and I get it. Everybody has to take their own journey at their own time. She's 3 years younger than me, and we've grown immensely over this period. And I think I'm going to, once she's fully confident back and she's finally figured herself out completely, she's done with her dark night to the soul, I think I'm going to have a couple interviews with us to try to help other couples. Bless you. And try to share some of our experience without making her uncomfortable. Obviously, too personal. I don't want to make. It's not about that. It's about helping as many people as possible, in my opinion. So, one day. So now, spirituality. Spirituality to me is like it's not about religion. It's about just belief in something bigger than yourself, and and just really universal love, really. Because when I say to people, like, when people say I don't believe, yeah, I'm not a believer, I get it. I get the skepticism. I was there. Trust me, I get it. But when you have kids, like, or when you are in love with someone, so your parents or children or family members or significant others, whoever, friends, when you have that unconditional love for somebody, what do you explain that invisible force? How do you explain that to people? Tell me. I can't, right? Because science will tell you that stuff doesn't exist, that emotion is just some. But if when you whenever broke up with somebody or someone died that you loved, your heart actually breaks physically, right? So how do you explain that? Tell me. Can't. So anybody that's a skeptic, I say, okay, well, then really think about how do you explain love to people. And it's an invisible force that comes from within, right? So where does it come from? It comes from your heart, right? And if you watch Dr. Joe Dispenza on Rewired, he'll give you the entire scientific background to all the emotions and chemicals in the brain and how that happens as well, right? So now, spiritualism makes sense to me now, but it didn't always, because I was skeptic. I grew up as a Roman Catholic, and as you know, we're taught to hate ourselves for everything. If we like something for too long, we're told sin is, sin, confession, sin, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's BS, in my opinion. Not to offend anybody that's religious. I believe in God. I believe that Jesus was an enlightened angel descendant on earth to help humanity realize, the path. And he was crucified for it, literally. And that's what I believe about Jesus. And I still believe that he's influencing us now. And it's nothing to do with religion. It has to do with belief. And, Ram Dass, he says that, if you listen to him on Guy, he's amazing. Resonates very, very well with me. I think he was an American that went over to Tibet and studied Buddhist, and then eventually he started to reflect and make videos and a lot of information out there. It's really actually fascinating. So what I think is, it's what he says is the world reflects you, right? So if the world is basically a mirror of us, so if you walk around being pissed off all the time, or being negative, or looking for the bad in people, you're going to find it. If you walk around seeing God in everything, or feeling a connection to everything through God, you're going to see that too. So it's just a matter of perspective, guys. Remember, all my friends know my reality is perception. That's it, man. It's all about perception. If you just look at from a different perspective, things are totally different, and everything can be flipped from a positive point of view. Even loss, even pain, I was a recon Marine, trust me. I know about pain. Oh, and speaking of that, my boys in Brown, I didn't do the shout out in the beginning. I'm going to give you a shout out now. See if any of you watch it all the way through. Doubt it. No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. My Marine Corps boys, Semper Fi. Love yous. And Dr. Greer. You know, that's my truth is all that matters to me, right? So back to the spirituality point. So now, along with all the other stuff I was just saying, I found when I was born at 2:22 in the morning, right? And so that's a little bizarre. I'm a Gemini, right? So that's 2, 2, 2, and 2. And so today, right, I'm learning about the High Priestess card and the Magician card, right? And the High Priestess card has a B and a J. That's my initials. Crazy, right? And number 2. That's 2 is the High Priestess card. So I don't know. Maybe it means nothing. Who knows? But some other universal stuff that happened to me when I went to California for work. My plane tail number was 21202. One day I could show you all of this stuff. I show you my birth certificate, everything, if you guys don't believe me. But my room number was 2202. Then I get home from work, then I get back to back home to my building, and my desk is 22. I mean, I'm constantly just seeing the number 22, 222. I see all the angel numbers constantly. It's fascinating. And you know, if once you start to quiet that mind of ours, you will start to hear your spirits talk to you in different ways, and feelings, intuitions, or thoughts, or whatever. And that's why I'm doing Belloheart, because honestly, I don't like putting myself out there like this. I don't care about the money. I just need money to be able to get freedom. Love to expose the truth of all the corruption out there, but you know, that's a pipe dream. Maybe someday. I do have a family, and one thing about having a wife that's not a full believer yet, she's starting to believe, because she can't deny my transformation. Her husband's lost 55 pounds in 4 months, come off all his medication, and is not a different person, but has lost most of his negative habits. And I don't have any fear. I guess had carpal tunnel, all that stuff. My eating, overeating, all that's gone. It's crazy. I don't know what this. I don't know how to explain it except for brain chemistry, right? So my brain chemistry is switched. When you watch Dr. Joe Dispenza, you'll see. And my wife is still harboring negative, and you'll learn about that negative emotions, the thoughts that keep us like locked in our own thoughts all day. You know, walking through life, and I'm trying to help her, but everybody has to walk their own path. And we live the same house, sleep in the same bed, have the same children. We're amazing. Have the same finances. We share everything. We're very honest. We're very open. But she walks around miserable most of the time, and I'm walking around blissfully happy most of the time. And it's not because of anything that's in our environment or that's different. It's just my outlook on life is different than hers. You understand? It's all about how you shift your perspectives. All right? I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.